Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video. Okay? The news drifted into the Hardy's world like a soft sunrise over Hope Valley, quiet, warm, and completely life-changing. Erin Krakow, the beloved face of Elizabeth Thornton's head, had always carried herself with a graceful blend of tenderness and strength, both on screen and off. But this time, her announcement wasn't about a season renewal, a series milestone, or a behind-the-scenes sneak peek. It was about her life, her heart stepping into a brand new chapter. And what made the moment even more enchanting was how she shared that she and her real-life co-star husband were expecting their first baby together. It felt like a storyline straight out of a Hallmark script, yet sweeter because it was real. Erin wasn't just sharing a piece of news. She was opening a window into a dream she'd long held close. Her fans had followed her journey for years. They'd watched her evolve from the new school teacher, arriving in a coal mining town, to the beating emotional center of Hope Valley. They'd witnessed her character's heartbreaks, triumphs, romances, and reinventions. But nothing compared to the joy that surrounded this announcement. According to those close to the couple, Erin had been glowing on set long before the world knew why. There was a softness in the way she walked, a gentleness in her laughter, and that extra sparkle in her eyes that only love or life growing within could explain. Even her co-stars had noticed the subtle shift. She was savoring every moment, every scene, every quiet break between takes, as if she were carrying a secret that made everything in life feel more precious. For fans of When Calls the Heart, Erin's real-life romance with her co-star husband had always felt like the perfect fairy tale, woven from years of on-screen chemistry. Their journey didn't start with a dramatic confession or a whirlwind. Romance, it began with a friendship, the kind that grows slow and steady like the early seasons of their show. They were colleagues who respected each other, who shared scenes with ease, who carried the heavy emotional arcs of the series with equal dedication. And somewhere in those long filming days, story discussions, laughter-filled takes, and shared quiet moments behind the cameras, the line between fiction and reality blurred into something beautiful. Their love story unfolded the way Hope Valley romances do, gradually, with patience, sincerity, and a deep sense of companionship. Fans picked up on it long before any official confirmation. It was in the way they looked at one another during interviews, in how comfortably they interacted off-screen, and in the sincerity behind each supportive message they posted. When the two eventually confirmed their relationship and later their marriage, fans celebrated as if Hope Valley itself had thrown open its doors for a grand town party. And now they were expecting their first child. Erin chose to share the news not with a polished PR announcement or a magazine cover reveal, but with something more personal, more intimate, something that reflected her true nature. She posted a tender photograph capturing her standing beside her husband, both with hands gently resting over her growing bump. Her smile wasn't just radiant. It was full of quiet awe. The caption was simple, heartfelt, and unmistakably Erin. A few words expressing gratitude, excitement, and the overwhelming joy of stepping into parenthood. The internet reacted instantly, overflowing with warmth and love. Hardys from all over the world flooded the comment sections with blessings, congratulations, and emotional messages about how much the news meant to them. Many said they cried. Some said they screamed. Others wrote that they felt like proud family members watching Erin enter this new chapter. After years of watching her nurture the children of Hope Valley and guide young hearts with compassion, it felt profoundly right to see her prepare for motherhood in her own life. On the When Calls the Heart set, the atmosphere reportedly shifted in the sweetest way. Cast and crew became even more protective of Erin, making sure she was comfortable, hydrated, and supported. Script changes were quietly made to ensure she wasn't overworked or placed in overly strenuous scenes. Camera angles were adjusted with care. Production schedules were softened. Everyone around her seemed to sense they were witnessing a once-in-a-lifetime moment, and they embraced it fully. Her husband, whose bond with the Hardys had also grown over the years, was said to be especially attentive. He hovered gently, not in a demanding way, but with a soft, constant readiness, making sure Erin always had what she needed. He drove her to set, walked her to her trailer, kept snacks on hand, and whispered small jokes just to make her laugh. Their dynamic, already beloved, became even more heartwarming to those who worked beside them. Co-stars shared that Erin would sometimes pause between scenes, place her hand on her belly, and smile silently like she was sharing a secret moment with her baby. There was something profoundly touching about watching the actress, who had given so much love through her character's journey, now receiving that love back from her own life. Many quietly noted how motherhood suited her even before the baby arrived. She had always possessed a natural nurturing instinct, a softness that radiated through her performances. But now it was deeper, richer in inner glow that didn't need makeup or lighting to shine. As the news spread, fans began speculating about how this would influence her character's storyline in When Calls the Heart Season 13 and beyond. Some wondered if Elizabeth could be expecting again in the show. Others thought the writers might keep Erin's pregnancy separate from the series, focusing instead on her emotional arcs and interactions within the community. Whatever direction the writers chose, fans were certain of one thing: Erin's authenticity, her dedication, and her connection with the audience would make her portrayal even more powerful. Behind the scenes, Erin was embracing this chapter with a mix of excitement and calmness. She enjoyed early morning tea instead of coffee. She spent afternoons reading parenting books and listening to music that soothed her. She cherished long talks with her husband about the future, about names, about what kind of parents they hoped to be. They discussed nursery themes, family traditions, and the kind of home environment they wanted to build, one filled with laughter, gentleness, creativity. And Love.Friends revealed that Erin had always dreamed of having children someday, but she wanted it to happen at the right time with the right person. Now everything aligned almost magically. Her career was thriving. Her marriage was strong. Her life felt rooted, and her heart was ready. Her co-stars shared their reactions privately and publicly. Pascal Hutton reportedly burst into tears when she first found out, hugging Erin so tightly she joked the makeup team would scold her. Kevin's and Kay's of the cast offered heartfelt congratulations, sharing how thrilled they were to welcome a new little member into the When Calls the Heart family. Even some who had moved on from the show took to their platforms to send love, proving that Hope Valley bonds run deep. But perhaps the most emotional reaction came from the Hardys. Many had followed Erin's entire decade-long journey on the show. They had celebrated her character's love, mourned her heartbreaks, cheered her triumphs, and rooted for her resilience. Seeing Erin enter motherhood felt like a culmination of years of shared connection between actor and audience. Some fans wrote how Erin had inspired them as mothers, or teachers, or women who had faced their own struggles. Others shared how Erin's character had helped them through dark or lonely times. And now they said it felt like she was receiving the happiness she had given to so many. What made the moment even more touching was how deeply personal it felt. Even though Erin is a public figure, she shared just enough to let fans celebrate with her, but kept the tender, private details of her journey close to her heart, something fans respected immensely. The balance of openness and privacy was part of what made her so beloved. As weeks passed, Erin continued filming, working, and preparing for her new arrival with grace. She remained her warm, thoughtful self, always respectful, always kind, always appreciative. Her gratitude toward her fans, her colleagues, and her life shone through every message she posted. People close to her say, she has already become the kind of mother whose love starts long before the baby's first breath. She hums while she gets ready in the morning. She writes letters to her unborn child. She keeps every ultrasound photo tucked safely in a journal. She talks to her baby when she thinks no one is listening, whispering promises of gentle guidance, unconditional love, and a home full of wonder. Her husband mirrors that love with equal devotion. He attends every appointment, holds her hand through every new milestone, and carries the joy of fatherhood like it's the greatest honor he's ever been given. Together, they are building a future that feels like a quieter, real-world version of the love stories they portray on screen. Fans are already imagining their baby growing up visiting the When Calls the Heart set, toddling around the Hope Valley houses, tugging on costumes, or giggling in the saloon's dusty corners. Some joked that the baby would be the town's newest honorary resident. Others predicted that Erin's child would grow up surrounded by storytellers, artists, dreamers, and the timeless spirit of Hope Valley. But the sweetest part of this entire journey is that Erin seems